If you want something to play with, go and find yourself a toy.
No one knows. Please, brother, no one knows. Yes, very interesting. Whenever I see these kinds of comments, I always wonder in my mind, do these people go at their churches, their synagogues, their masjids, their mosques, their temples with the same type of zeal? Do they go at their pastors, their reverends, their imams, their elders, their rabbis, their parents, themselves with the same type of zeal? Throughout that video's comments, I've seen a lot of Christians and spiritualists coming out the woodworks with all this sequestering. But here's the thing. Throughout those comment sections, I only see people who unwittingly or unknowingly are complicit in their own unknowing. Now, obviously, I hold the contention that nothing is actually known. There is no such thing as knowing. Life is infinite and never was. But to delight in the idea of knowing, let's go down that trajectory. We all know. Anything and everything that I've been stating is no less and no more accessible to me than it is to you. We all have that shared experience. The difference here is you have chosen to put a veil over your eyes. You have chosen to inundate your mind with the suggestions of your cultures. All of these stories and these fantastical tales. You have laden life itself with your own self-imposed, self-induced ambiguity. Life is naked. Life is transparent. But we treat life much like we treat our bodies. We shroud it. We cover that nakedness. Who told you you were naked? Here's what we do know. We know that there was no us before there was an us. We know this. Here's also what we do know. That we did not conceive nor perceive our own ideas of conception. We have no recollection, no idea of memory when it comes to our conception, our becoming. We know this.
And the same can be said about the fate, our death.
Our death. Our death.
Just as we cannot remember or recollect our conception, we will never know that fate. Our minds will never be able to conceive that fate.
Because neither are ego dependent.
We know also that all of these stories of gods, angels, heavens, hells, afterlives came in the form of words on pages through the mouths of parents who fed us, who punished us, and who loved us all at the same time, and compelled us to embrace the claims that they gave us, much like Santa Claus and Easter bunnies, in order to be accepted into the pack. We know that what we believe that we know, these beliefs, were taught. So to remove the idea of anything before us, to remove the idea that there's anything after us, the question is, who are we? What is this self? What is this being? You see, in your dogmas, you talk about souls. And when I hear souls, all I hear is self. You're talking about your personality, your you-ness. And the thing is, your Bibles and your spiritual philosophies will tell you that this you-ness that you experience is eternal, and it goes on, and it creates a fantastical tale that it existed before the manifestation and it's going to reincarnate again after this dies. The body is just a shell, just a vehicle transporting the soul. The self is a social construct. If we only took the time to address life at the pace of our breath, we'll understand that this idea of self was constructed over time We built up this idea of self. It is illusory. We also know that this aspect of life that we perceive wasn't created before us. And with this knowing, we understand that the life that we perceive, we inhale it, we exhale it, we ingest it, we drink it, we urinate it, we defecate it, we sweat it, we shed it. We are constantly shedding away as we consume this life all around us. So if this life sustains this life, then all life that I perceive is my life that I perceive. And it still goes to the idea of perception. We understand and know that all of the ideas of sciences were created in the language that we understand through our logic. Now, of course, going through the ideas of colonization, we usurped or we were imposed somebody else's forms of logic. But nonetheless, I digress. We understand that every claim that humans make, whether through religious texts or science texts, it is us writing that bullshit, proclaiming that bullshit, and telling life that this is the bullshit that you are, rather than listening and embracing the rhythm of life and going along with it and unraveling more of life beyond the idea of capping it with the idea of knowing. Let it envelop us. Let it develop us into whatever it wants to. Constantly emerging new selves, new beings, new cultures, new ways of thought, because life is limitless as perceived. But we fear the idea of limitless. We want to cap life. We want to know life. We want to have purpose. We want to have reason. We do know that we fear. We do know that we don't know. The only difference between you and I is that I choose to remove all of the fantastical tales, all of the superiority claims that men or humans have dominion. All of these ideas of knowing, I push those bullshits aside and I embrace what the experience was, and I take it as it is, never was. What you do, since you see the unknown, you fear it, and so you create a narrative around it, whether it be a religious narrative, scientific narrative, historic narrative, cultural narrative, social narrative, familial narrative. You will inundate yourself with spiritual narratives, metaphysical narratives, reincarnation narratives, after life, after death narratives, before life narratives. You will create all of these fantastical tales, take them as truth, take them as fact, and then ridicule, lambaste any others who come with claims which may counter or challenge the limited beliefs that we took on for ourselves. What we do know is that we don't want to know. What we do know is that we do not know. What we all know is we expand because we are nothing. Experiencing itself as something. For that we can become anything. Because we're every. Anuka. Because we're nothing. Never once. This is a new way.